Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, there lived two sisters. These sisters were ballerinas, and they were known the world over for their beauty and grace. They performed before kings and queens and gypsies and magicians, and everyone loved them. At least, almost everyone. There was one warped mind out there who couldn't just appreciate their art like everyone else, and had to hurt them. This was a mean old sorceress. She cast a spell on Nicole, the youngest of her sisters, one day. Into a cat. Naturally, a cat can't dance, so the sisters could no longer tour. They went away.
Oh, Nicole, you're a cat now. I keep on forgetting. What are we gonna do now?
Let it for Miss Alexandra.
Oh, thank you. Listen, Nicole, it's from King Harold. He says, "Dear Miss Alexandra, I have loved your sister Nicole for a long time. I never said anything before, but now I long to help. Please, please, both of you come and stay with me in my castle. Everything is ready for your arrival. Yours truly, King Harold." Do you want to go there? Okay, let's start packing. Hi, come in. Thank you very much.
Don't be so smug. Little Nicole will never be anything but a cute little tabby as long as this curse is on her. It's not a virus, you know. She will never be cured until one of her family, who is yet unknown. Ha 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 ha.
Well, that kind of puts a damper on things. I guess I'll have to go and look for a part of her family, I guess. Poor Nicole can't stay like this forever.
So Alexandra sets off on a worldwide quest to find her son Nicole's parents, so that Nicole may be cured. And Nicole the cat stayed with King Harold and loved him. Meanwhile, in a little cottage in a nearby forest, there lived a beautiful girl and her baby. She was a gypsy, and she was very poor.
Oh dear, we have no food or money. And I keep getting these weird feelings if I don't know. I'll have to check in on my crystal. Oh yes, I see a girl. She looks familiar, but I don't know. And she's leading a king. Oh yes, King Harold. And there's a cat? I'll have to check into this.
Hi, come in. Who are you?
I'm a gypsy. I saw you in my crystal ball, and it looked like you need help. Can I assist you in any way?
Yes.
Oh, what a sweet little cat. Would you like me to change her into your true self?
Yes.
I'll get to work on it right away. Here, Nicole, get inside the circle. Archie-day, a fairy day. Archie-day, a fairy day. Release beautiful Nicole from this cat body. Evil spirits, leave her. You have no business here. Be gone. Release Nicole. Release her. Archie-day, fairy day.
What happened? Why do I feel so funny? Who are you? Oh, King Harold, you're here. Where's Alexandra?
Here I am. I couldn't find my parents. They're dead. But I found out that we have a sister.
Then is she our sister then?
Yes, I guess so. I know who you are. You're Alexandra. She's Nicole. And there's King Harold.
And now King Harold and I can get married because I'm not a cat anymore. Hey everybody, look what the ring he gave me.
That's nice. Eve.
But Nicole, I thought that you were going to dance again. What am I going to do?
Well, you were always better than me anyhow.
Now, well, you can dance with me and I'll be your manager. And we can tour just like you and Nicole did. But you dance and I be the manager. Excellent plans. King Harold, do you have any food? Well, King Harold, do you have any food?
Yes?
Now go off to the side, Stu.
Go off to the side. Bow. Bow.
Wow.
Go off to the side,
Go
Stu.
off, Stewie.
Go
Go
away.
off, Stewie.
What a deviant.
Yay, let's go watch it. Let's go watch it. Come on.
Is it going?
Look, Dad.
The cleanest, messiest kids in the whole wide world. Teresa and Jody are sweeping.
Oh, I love to clean.
So do I, but we should go on a holiday.
Yes, we should.
Let's go! Let the nuns come in and mess up the room. Ready? Eric, do you like what the Easter Bunny brought you? Chocolates!
Hi, Dad.
Just come back from vacation.
What?
Oh, what a mess!
Yes, it is.
Who did it? Those skunks, they always do that.
Now all the people will say the messiest kids in the whole world. The end.
Yay! Good show, you guys.
The Deadly Celebration. Cast in order of appearance. Sarah Van Dam. Sarah Van Dam. Fabulously wealthy, fabulously fashionable, and fabulously single. Her life is filled with friends and parties and friends. Naomi Rockworth. Naomi Rockworth, Sarah's best friend and housemate. They have everything in common. They even adopted a child together. Cassandra Swan. Cassandra Swan, Naomi's younger sister, a world-famous dancer. She named Theodore Swan, the man who Naomi was rumored to have loved, and she had time to have a baby before Theodore's tragic death.
Look up at the camera.
Olive Oil, a schoolmate of Sarah and Naomi's, was now a private investigator and a very useful person to have around. Companion, Cassandra's girlhood friend. She was always a sweet, bright girl from a very wealthy family, but she somehow got married to an alcoholic non-achiever. Jeeves the butler. He never says much. Sarah and Naomi sometimes wonder if he even thinks much. The less said about him, the better. Elliot Trevanion, Rose's husband, didn't do anything with his life when he was drinking. Now that he's on the wagon, he still doesn't do much. Ranger, a cowboy from way back, now is the #1 ranching man in the country. He had so much money that he could have supported all the Biafran colonies for 10 years, but it was all going to Jesse Trevanion. Cameron Hook was a former sea captain turned navigator who now owned a fleet of import-export ships. He could have fed the Biafrans for the 10 years after his cousin, but his fortune had the same destination. Rose and Elliot's son. Although his father didn't have much to give him, the tycoon cousins, his great-uncles, had left their entire fortune to him. Aunt Naomi and Sarah Van Dam. His mother is always on tour. He usually doesn't even recognize her when she returns. The uninvolved person present was the underprivileged child adopted by Sarah and Naomi.
Sarah Van Dam and Naomi Rockworth are busy on the deck of their luxurious country home planning the invitations and itinerary for a welcome home weekend for Cassandra Swan, Naomi's dancing sister. It will be a big party including many friends of Sarah and Naomi and Cassandra, who they haven't seen for a long, long time.
Impatiently for her sister, with Alexander, Naomi's only nephew, Cassandra's only son. It has been 2 years since Cassandra went on a worldwide tour, dancing the lead in a traditionally famed dance company. When they finally arrive, Cassandra is as overjoyed as her sister is. But although she's excited to see the woman, she's even more thrilled at the prospect of a reunion with her son.
Oh, Alexander, come to me, my pet.
And spirits are being liberally consumed when everyone is finally together. The old friends are settled in for a long night conversation, discussing their plans, dreams, and activities of life. Cassandra is overjoyed at being home again, and it shows as she bubbles around, talking to everyone.
Children have been disposed of. Cassandra's son seems to get along with Rose's son as well as Cassandra ever did with Rose.
The sound of the unmistakably infant scream, the entire adult group was galvanized into action. Running, pushing, in near panic, the group moves to where they left Jesse and Alexander.
Oh my God, Jesse, you're dead!
Rose rushes to Jesse and embraces him hysterically, but no amount of love will change the state of the situation. Jesse, whether it be by accident or ill chance, is dead.
You killed my baby! You did it!
From the state of things, Alexander certainly did appear to be the guilty one. The frustrated Hook and Ranger cousins, the reasons behind their entire life of great fortune and amazing success, so brutally removed, escort the hysterical Rose Trevanion into the house. The rest of the crowd wander uncertainly. After all, how should one behave in the presence of death, especially the death of one so young?
Okay, let's cut it.
Actually, I think I've muffed that.
Was accidental or accidentally on purpose. Cassandra is being overwhelmed by the suspicions surrounding her son Alexander. She's a very emotional person, a characteristic going with her artistic temperament, and she cannot bear the thought of any slur on her dearly loved son's reputation, and the mood of the rest of the guests seemed to be swinging towards blaming the incident on Alexander. Baby or not, they believed that he had killed Jesse, and they were not about to let Cassandra forget it.
Olive is definitely skeptical about the chances of clearing Alexander's name. Top-notch detective that she is, it is very hard to prove that an accident is such, and to her, the entire issue seems ridiculous. Why on earth would one baby murder another? The detective asked the guests questions about the dead boy Jesse. After many days of questioning, she concluded that Alexander couldn't have killed him. His position on the top of the stairs was such as he couldn't have done it and moved back to where he was before. Naomi and Sarah really had no reason to have killed their friend's child. Of course, that didn't really mean much to a maniac murder, but most people need a motive to kill. The two tycoons put him in their will, and besides, he was one of the main lights in their lives, and they had no reason to put that glow out. Olive discovered that Jeeves didn't really like it when Jesse came because he was too loud. Treadley never knew him, and so never had a reason to kill him. And of course, to all appearances, Rose was the grief-stricken mother. Elliot could have been jealous because his son was going to get a big inheritance, but as worthless as Elliot sometimes seemed, surely he wouldn't murder his own flesh and blood. Okay? For all of her fairly casual attitude, Olive tenaciously followed the trail of this sudden death. The more that she pondered on the facts, the stranger and less straightforward the entire situation seemed to her. Jesse had been a strong, healthy child, and it was a bit peculiar that a little fall on some steps would have ended things for him. And the more that Olive looked into the state of Jesse's inheritance from his billionaire benefactors, the more dark, dirty, and devious the accident appeared. She had talked to Rose about her fortune, and learned that Rose's industrialist father, not approving of her marriage to the wan, listless, and unapplied Elliot Trevanion, had willed his fortune in trust to his grandson just before he died. So Jesse had been a child with unlimited amounts of money coming to him, a lifetime of security and luxury. And his weak, alcoholic father, seen as a failure from his childhood, years, had had nothing. Olive found all of this very interesting indeed.
Definite decision as to who maliciously took brutal action and murdered little Jesse Trevanion, asked Sarah and Naomi to have all of the guests at this deadly celebration together to witness her exposure of the villain. She explained her trail of reasoning through, beginning with her conviction that it had not been an accident involving Alexander Swan. She told the group of the huge fortunes coming to Jesse from Rose's father and Captain Navigator Hook and Cowboy Clayton Ranger. This would make whoever benefited from Jesse's death one of the wealthiest people in the country. As Jesse had been nowhere near old enough to have made a will, his inheritance, all held in trust, reverted to his parents. Rose had no need of money. Her father had set up a yearly income for her to come out of Jesse's money. It was Elliot who had weakness, and Rose's marriage to the point where she wanted a divorce more than anything, who wanted money. She had never done anything but marry a wealthy woman, and now that had driven her away with his alcoholism and careless attitude. His last resort to an easy fortune was infanticide, the heartless, cold-blooded murder of his son. Calmly went on with these disclosures, the mood of the group became unbearably hostile towards Elliot. He didn't even bother denying the facts. It was too clear-cut to be lied about.
Oh, Elliot, how could you kill our son? How could you do it?
Apparently having regained a bit of humanity and come to the realization of the truly heinous thing he had done, decided to end it all and hopefully pay for his guilt with his life.